All right, so today, this is Fitness Foundations, week 10. So today, if you have a weight, that would be a light weight. So, like this ball would be a great, if you have a ball weight, this is 2 pounds. Or maybe you have a dumbbell. You could use a dumbbell, 3 pounds. Or maybe if you have something that has some sort of a weight to it, like actually a potato works pretty well because we're going to put it in the knee here for some stuff, for some extra weight stuff. You could use a can like this, but if you're wearing some sort of clothing like I am, the can might not work. So something like that. And maybe go find something, and we're going to get started. Okay. So find your weight, whatever it is, and just put it off to the side. And we're going to start with some warming up, so you can go ahead and stand up. Take your legs nice and wide, and walk your hands down, and drop your head. Cross your elbows. Just sway side to side, right and left. Deep breath. Walk your hands over to the right. Deep breath, long spine. Walk your hands over to the left. Deep breath, long spine. And then back to just a little side to side. Dynamic, sort of side to side, obliques. And then take it back to the center. Walk the hands out in front of you. If you can, walk them as far as you can to feel them on the ground. So maybe that's really far. That's okay. Really far. See if you can press into the hands, feel the pressure into the hands, and relax your shoulder blades down your back and drop your head. And you're going up onto the ball of the feet and back down. So up, and you're feeling this pressure into the hands. And this is important because you want to feel the hand go into the ground and actually controlling. And then you want to feel a little bit like you're pulling up on your bicep. So you've got this forward and back, forward and back. Push into the hand, pull up on the bicep, and keep your shoulder blades relaxed. Keep your head in a neutral position. And back. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Walk your hands and feet back together. You can bend your knees. Roll it up. Take a moment if you got dizzy just to stand up. Whoo, let the blood flow back. We're going to start a little jog, side to side. Maybe behind you, maybe side to side shifting, whatever feels good. You're starting to just get the warm up. Start breathing. Whoo, yeah. Get it going. Deep breath. This is your warm up. Nice and simple. Little breath. Maybe a little bit faster, maybe a little bit bigger. Keep running. Maybe side to side. If you're low intensity, you're just doing this little marching. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Big inhale. Arms up. And big exhale. One more time. Big inhale. Arms up. And big exhale. Take it to a lunge. Step your right foot forward. Left foot behind you. You're going to bend the knee. And then you're going to straighten both the legs. So you just go down and up. Down and up. If the knee touches the ground in the back, that's okay. You're making sure that your knee in the front goes over your second, your third toe. Down and up. Watch how my knee goes over my second, my third toe, but it stays in line with my ankle. That's very important. 4 more. 3, 2, we're stretching, and we're strengthening, and 1. I'm going to stay here, stay down, put your knee on the ground. If you need to put padding under it, please do. You see I use 2 mats. Big inhale, arms up, big stretch. Reach the arms up to the ceiling, shoulder blades are relaxed. Big stretch, leg in front of you. Flex. Chest goes over your thigh, drop your head. Deep breath. Great, let's switch. Other side. Same thing. Bend in straight, first the leg. So it goes down, down, up, down, up. Just like that. Awesome. Up. Make sure again that the knee in front goes over your second, your third toe. That's so important. And that the knee's in line with your ankle. You never, ever, ever want it to go over like this. And you never want to be off your heel. 2 more. Great. And then we're going to drop the knee down onto the ground and take a stretch right here. Big stretch. Whoo, deep breath. Arms go up. Relax your shoulders. If it's not comfortable to have your arms up, you don't need to have them up. Flex the foot, straighten out through the leg, and your chest goes over your thigh, drop your head. Deep breath. Good. Big inhale. Big exhale. Awesome. Let's stand it up. Let's do 20 jumping jacks, a little bit more of a warm-up. So here we go. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, awesome, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Whew, and shake it out. And roll the wrist. And roll your ankle. Excuse me. And, all right, let's take it down. So you're going to use a weight here. So here's where you're going to use your weight. Ball, potato, something you found that's heavy. And what you do is we're coming to this tabletop. We're going to do a glute workout. And you're going to put the weight right here in this crease. So you have your tabletop position. That means your shoulders are over your wrist. That means that you're not locking out. That means that you are pressing down into your hands, holding up in your biceps, but relaxing your trapezius. That's the upper part of the shoulder, right here. That's connecting to your neck. If it's uncomfortable for you to be on your wrist, you can come down onto the forearms just like this. You've got, again, shoulders are over your elbows. And you flex your foot with the weight in it, and you do a little squeeze. So see how I'm squeezing my heel to my butt? So there's that little squeeze, and that's the reason there's the weight there. Now this is going to work your hamstring right here. If it gets too much on your hamstring, like you feel like it's becoming a rock in there, then you need to take the weight out. So if you took the weight out, you would just do it like this. But let's try it first with the weight. So the weight's in here. You're going to squeeze your heel to your butt. You're going to engage your core, and you take it straight up like this. Head is looking down. And what you're doing is you're just going up and down. Up and down. So let's do that. Let's try for 20. Weight or no weight, you're here. You have a flat back. Your belly's pulled in. We've done this before with bands. We're just trying it with a weight today. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep squeezing your heel to your butt so your weight stays in. That's going to work the hamstring too. 9, 10 more, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Great, and take a moment and breathe. Whoo! So that's going to work your hamstring. That's going to work your glute. You can roll the shoulders out a tiny bit. You can be on, again, you can be on your forearms or you can be on your palms. Now we're going to do it on the other side. I'm going to turn so you can see it this way. So it's going to go right here. Same thing we're going to do on the other side. I'm going to show on palms this time. Make sure your shoulders are over your wrist. Make sure your abs are tight, engaged. You flex your foot, and again, you squeeze a little bit on the weight. So maybe you don't have a ball, maybe you have a dumbbell or something else there. That's fine. You still got this little squeeze. It's going to keep it in. And you bring it up here to the ceiling. Core is engaged, and you have up 1 and down 2. 3. Notice how my back stays straight. So it's in this neutral spine. So I'm not arching and curving through the back. An arch and a curve through the back would look like that cow we do sometimes. So you don't want that. You just want the back to be straight. Maybe even hold your hand here to your belly or maybe to your back to make sure that it's not moving. It's not arching or curving. You'll just feel the leg go up and down from here. Leg goes up and down, but the belly stays in. So we're doing 20. So go on and start if you haven't already. I've already gone and started. So we have 10 more. I've got 10 more, so make sure you're doing 20. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. You're doing great. 4, 3, 2, and 1. So you bring it down. Whew, nice. And we take a little shake side to side. We'll take a big stretch after this. We're going to do another position. So let's go back to the same your foot 1. And again, you can use the dumbbell, the ball. Now, if you've got a potato, kind of a weird object, you want to have it have a little bit of weight, just 1 to 3 pounds, and you stick it in there. Again, it's to get this squeeze. It's to feel it squeezing behind you. Then what we're going to do is open up. So this is called a fire hydrant. We've done this before with the bands. You just open up to the side. But notice how when I open up to the side, my hip bones, those are here. So if you put your hand on your hip bones, they are still facing the ground. What's opening, I'm going to show you here, is just my thigh. So opening just my thigh, not my hip bones. If my hip bones opened, I'd have to lean and open like this. So when you're on the ground, if your hip bones are opening, tuck this in, then you would have to lean too. So you don't want to lean. So if you're here and you open, see how I'm opening without leaning. So my hip bones face the ground. It's just my thigh. So it goes up and down, up and down. Lift and lower, lift and lower. We're doing 20, so join in with me. Keep squeezing the heel to the butt. So you're squeezing whatever object that is back there a little bit. Keep breathing. Make sure that the knee on the ground is right under the hip on the ground. So let's do 10 more. If you're ahead of me or behind me, that's fine. I'm just going to turn so you can see this. Knee in line with hip. And it's just a little opening and closing. So I'm just lifting up to the fire hydrant position and then dropping my knee. This is not very big. Just a little lift up and drop. Little lift up and drop. 5 more. You want to feel this in your glute. Keep going. 5 more. I'm going to show you. You're going to feel it here and some here maybe. Good. And after you've done 5 more, go on, just release. Take a moment. Breathe. Whew. And we'll do one more. Other side. So same thing, other side. You're going to stick the weight in there. If the weight is bothering you, you don't have to use it. And I'm going to give another sort of option with your hands. You can come to the ground, to the forearms like I showed you. Or maybe you might want to do one palm, one forearm. Sometimes I do that. It helps me stay square. Everything's square, your shoulders and your hips. And what opens is this leg. It just goes out and in. They're just opening the thigh. Just like if you were a dog at a fire hydrant. So you just open a little bit and you drop down. The knee does not have to come all the way back down to the ground. And here's it up on the palms. For me, my hip feels better when I'm on my palms, so that's why I do it like that. Don't rotate it too much. It's just a little bit. You just want your glute to be working, your hamstring to be working. So if you're feeling your hip pop or anything like that, make it smaller. You can make this really small, just like this. You're just trying to use the glute. It's just this external rotation with the glute. It does not have to be very big. You're just about lifting from right here up in this position. Great, so keep it up. You're doing 20, so I'm going to do 10 more with you. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. So now we're done with that, and we're going to take a stretch. Again, sort of roll out your shoulders. That can really get into the shoulders sometimes, so, because you've got your weight on it, roll them the other way. Okay, and let's take some leg stretch. So we're going to do this, cross this right leg over the left. So like this. This is probably might not be happening exactly like this for you, and that's okay. Some things you can do. You cannot have it be rested, that's okay. Maybe it's here, or maybe you want to stick something under it. Like for example, that weight we found, you could stick under it here, or you could stick under it here. Or maybe a towel or something. This is a double hip stretch, and you can stick something here too. You want your feet to be flexed wherever they are. They might be a little bit more here, that's okay. And you're going to walk over and do this double stretch hip stretch. You might not walk very far because you want your hip bones to stay on the ground. So my sit bones here, they stay on the ground. I think I might have said hip, but I meant sit. So even if you just like walk over a little bit, so you don't want to rock forward. So that's my sit bones coming off the ground. So sit bones stay on the ground. And then from there, you just walk. Sometimes I even push a little bit into my hands to make sure that my sit bones stay on the ground. And breathe. Deep breath. Good. Big exhale. Big inhale. And let's do the other side. Cross one over the other. And stretch. So keep stretching, keep breathing. I'm going to talk a little bit. So that what we just did was another way to work the glute that you could do with bands. And we've done it with bands, but that's in the way that you can do it with your weight. And you could do it in those positions. You could do longer than 20. You could do 20 2 times, 3 times, just whatever amount you want to do. Just so you start to feel it burn. It's meant to feel this little tinging kind of burning sensation, and that means you're working. And you can work into the burn for, keep going until it's like really feeling like it's burned out. All right, let's take it up. We're going to do one more stretch here, this downward dog stretch to your hamstrings, since we worked that a lot too. Hands are in front of you. Again, push into the hands, pull up, and push your heels down. Deep breath. All right, so now let's get some core in, because we're going to get into some more cardio stuff, and I want to make sure that your core is warmed up. So we're going to start with this bicycle. You know the bicycle. I just wanted to give you something easy that you know. So it's 20 bicycles. Every time you go side to side, you count as 1. Let's do it together. Remember, you can modify by walking up like this. Here we go. Take a moment, breathe, just pull the knees into the chest, deep breath. Big exhale. Great, we're going to do it again. One more time. So here we go. Pull the knees into the chest, big breath. Big exhale. Awesome. And take a moment and breathe. And let's stand it up. We're going to get into some more stuff. Okay, so we're going to do some exercises, and we're going to do them continuous periods. So we're just going to keep going until the time is up. So the first exercise we're going to do is commando. So commando is in a plank position, and the modification for it is to have the knees down, but you're still in the plank position. Your abs are pulled in, and your shoulders are over your wrist. A commando goes down and up. So you take your left or right arm down to the ground, and you come to a forearm plank, and then left arm. Whatever arm was the last arm stays, and then the arm that was the first arm pushes back up. So for example, if I'm leading with my right, I'm always leading with my right. It goes right down, right push up, left push up, right down, right push up, left push up. If I lead with my left, it goes left down, left push, right push. So you want to do commandos, you want to do the same amount on each side. So I like to alternate. So I'll go right, and touch, and then left, touch, right, and then right, left. That's one way to do it, or maybe you might want to do 5 on your right and then 5 on your left. So we're going to do 10. So you're doing 10 commandos, and then you take it from the 10 commandos up, and we're doing this squat, jump, pendulum. looks like this. Little jump, squat, lift your right leg. Squat, little jump, lift your left leg. You lift it up pretty high. And one of the reasons we do the glute workout hamstring is that's your stabilization. So you have 20 of those. So it's 20, you lift the leg, jump, 20, the other side. So every time that you jump, it counts as 1. So for example, this would be 1, up. This would be 2. So you end up lifting each leg 10 times. So we've got 10, we've got 20, that's why it's easy to remember, and then we have 30 jumping jacks. So 10 commandos, 20 squat, jump, leg lift, and 30 jumping jacks. 10, 20, 30. And I'm going to do it with you, but you might get ahead of me or you might get behind me. And so if you need to write it down real quick, you could do that too. 10 commandos, oops. Anyways, we're going to do that on a timing of 3 minutes. So then we're going to go all the way through for 3 minutes. And then if you get to the end, if you get to the end of the 30 jumping jacks, you start over with the commandos. So it would go 10 commandos, 20 squat, pendulum, 30 jumping jacks, and then if there's still a minute left, you start over with the commandos. This is the beginning of working up to timed series without rest. So you're trying to not rest in between it. You can do it. I'm going to get it set. Okay, so we're going to go for 3 minutes. I'm going to start with the commandos. I'm going to do it with you, but if you get ahead of me or behind me, that's fine. Here we go. I'll give you 5 seconds to start getting your position. 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. So, down, down, up, right side. Down, down, left, or you can do 5 right and then 5 left if you want to. Remember that you're doing 10. If you want to do this in a plank position, you can. It's a little bit harder. I'm on 8, 9, and 10. And then you go up to the squat jump pendulum, which is the swing of the leg. So it starts with the jump. So it's every time you jump counts as 1, and you're doing 20 jumps total. 2, and you lift the leg pretty high. 3. As high as your leg can go out to the side. That's your lateral out to the side. It's an abduction. 4. Maybe you're going faster than me. That's okay. If you're not doing jump, you're just squatting. If you're doing low intensity, you're squatting. Keep it up. We're at 1 minute. So you've been moving for 1 minute. Yay! Good. I'm at 10 jumps. Keep it breathing. Good job. Doing awesome. Whew, I know it's a lot. And that's 20. Good. Right into your 30 jumping jacks. 4 low intensity jumping jacks is to step out like this. And then you count every time your arms go up. If you're doing low intensity, you count every time the arms go up as 1. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I'm only at 2 minutes, so I'm going to keep going. Whew. Into my commandos. You have 1 minute left. You can do it. Left arm's going to lead first. 2. Remember, it's 10 commandos. 3, 4, 5. You're doing great. 6. All the way to the end. Don't try not to stop. 8. You've got 30 seconds. Wherever you're at, you're still going. Whew. So I'm into my squats. Squat jumps all the way to the end. I'm going to start with my other leg this time. 2. Remember, the low intensity squat jump is just to do a squat. Remember that your knees are going over your ankles. Remember that you're landing, ball, heel, and then you're lifting up, sitting back like you're going to sit on a tree stump. You have 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Take a moment. Now is the time to grab some water. Good. but take a good stretch. Flex the feet out in front of you. Reach the arms up high. Turn your palms, face your feet, and stretch them over. Deep breath. Lengthen your spine. Nice. Reach your palms behind you. Turn your palms away from you and open up and stretch your back. Deep breath. Last thing, stretch your wrist. Hands go together, side to side, and little figure eights. Awesome. Whew. All right, we're going to do it again, but I want to show you an exercise that's really good for your wrist. And that's because commando can be really hard on the wrist. So I realize that, and we're throwing that in today. So you're going to come to the floor, or you're going to come to the wall. And you place your fingers on the floor or the wall. And you place your palms a little bit off of the floor or the wall. So my fingers and my palms are off. And all I do is I go down with my palms and press right back up to my fingers. Down, press. And I'm pressing through my fingers. And press. Down. And press. Down. And press. So if I was on the wall, here, and press. Down. And press. So I'm making my fingers be the reason that I'm moving by pressing into the wall. You only need to do about 10, and we're just warming up your finger strength. This is also something that's really good to do, even if you are not working out, because from typing and working our wrists so much. So grab some water if you need some, because we're doing it one more time. Same thing. Now you've got it through. And what we're going to do is we're going to start with the squat jumps, and then go from there. So you're not starting with commando. You're starting with the second one, which is the 20 squat jump pendulums, 30 jumping jacks, and then we go into the commandos. So one more time, it's 3 minutes. You can do it. Let's get going. Here we go. I'm going to give you 5 seconds. Get in your squat jump position. 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So remember, squat jump, you squat down, you jump up, you lift. You want to come all the way to straight legs. Squeeze your glutes, and then lift the leg. Squeeze your glutes, and then lift your leg. Now, I'm going slowly so you can see, but you can definitely go faster than me. Up. Or you can definitely go slower than me. This would be a little bit faster. You'll get more time in. If you're tired of doing squat jumps, you're just going to do squats and lift. And remember, your leg doesn't have to be as high, but get it as high as your height is. This one you do want to try and get high. So that's your low intensity. You're doing 20 squat jumps, and then remember after that, you go into the 30 jumping jacks. So if you go off my timing after the 30 jumping jacks, you move straight into the commandos again. Remember, that's how it goes. You're doing awesome. Keep it up. So 20 squat jumps, I've got 2 more. And then I go into the 30 jumping jacks. Whew, right into it. Doing great. Low intensity. If you're ahead of me, you're going back into the commandos. 10 commandos, remember? Yep. 4, 3. Whew. Try not to take too much of a pause. We'll stretch after this. You're back onto the ground, and you have the 10 commandos. Here we go. And if you're doing this in a plank, you stay in a flat plank position, and you do it that way. Push through your fingers. Push through your palms. Keep your navel pulled in. Nice and tight. This is abs, just as much as arms. You've got 10, and then you go straight to the squat jumps again. You're at 2 minutes, so you only have 1 minute left. You can do it. So you're back up where we started, or maybe you're ahead, maybe you're behind me. Doing good. Good. All the way to the end. Keep it up. Keep it working. Keep it breathing all the way to the end. You've got 15 seconds. Don't stop. Even if you need to modify this. Maybe you're just doing squats. You've got 5 seconds. You can do it. Maybe you're to jumping jacks. Do them for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. And breathe. Whew. Nice. Grab some water. Okay, let's stretch. So come to your wall or come to the ground. Place your forearms on the wall or on the ground. Walk backwards with your pelvis and draw up your head and your chest through, but let shoulder blades stay in their sockets. Well, they always stay in the socket, but I mean, don't pull them up or stretch them out. Just keep them relaxed where they are and drop your head. This is a great stretch for your neck, for your back. On the ground, it looks like this. You can do it on the ground. Here, with the knees, pelvis high, and just dropping through. Or you can tuck the toes like a modified downward dog. It's a little bit more intense. If you do this on the ground, it also works your hamstrings. Good. Good deep breath. Great. If you have another stretch that you need to do, you're calling for you, please go for it. I'm going to go over what's next. So we're going to do a crisscross. And this is another 3-minute series. So it's going to start this time with 30, then go to 20, then go to 10. That way it's just easy for you to remember. So here, crisscross, your arms are out. Your arms are solid and out. So that's important. They're solidly out there. And then you're crisscrossing. Right, left, just like that. And you do 30 crisscrosses. So every time you cross, it counts as 1. Crisscross, 30. And then we're going into a supine reverse crunch. Now that's 20. So these are pretty intense. Supine reverse crunch, you lay on your back and your hands are behind the base of your skull. Your elbows are up. What happens is your elbows reach to meet, your knees reach to meet your elbows. So your knees come up. So this is like doing a sit-up, but reversing it. We've done these. So you come up, exhale, and you roll down. Exhale. So notice that my elbows, my head doesn't move much. It's picked up, it is lifted off the ground, but my shoulder blades are down. What I'm mostly doing is lifting up from here and pulling it like this. And down, and up, and down. So that's what you're working a lot, your transverse abdominals and lower. So that's your reverse crunch. The last thing that we're going to end with are these star jumps. Star jumps come down low and they jump into a big star. So it's like a squat, but it's a gathering of a squat. So really low. So you want to feel like you're gathering together, you're hugging yourself a little bit, but you don't grab yourself. And then you explode. And your explosion, you go to make a star position in the air. So it looks like this in the air. So star jump would be down, big star, down, big star. Jump so that you're out of the screen. If you're not doing star jumps, you just want a big jump. And it's a lot of kind of similar to what we did with the pendulum squats. It's only 10 of those. You can also just do down, big up, down, big up. Get that explosion. All right, so it starts with 30 crisscross, 20 reverse crunch, and then 10 star jumps. And again, it's 30 seconds. And I'm going to do it with you, but if you go ahead or behind me, that's totally fine. And we do it twice, but let's just do it once this time, and then we'll stretch and do it again. Here we go. I'm going to give you 5 seconds. Get ready for the crisscross. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Arms are out, nice and strong. Modification is to step cross like this. You still count it. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Every time you cross counts as 1, 2, 23, 24, 25, 26. Next is the supine reverse crunch. If you're already there, you're on the ground, and you're doing the supine reverse crunch. And it's here, hands behind the head, and you lift the knees up to go to the elbows. 1, big exhales. 2, 3, If you're having trouble getting your tailbone off the ground, then you're just going to do single legs. 5, and reach the knee towards the elbow. 6, 7. That's your modification. Or maybe you don't go as far as me. That's okay. You might go faster than me, but really try to control it with your core, not your back. If you're hurting in your back, you want to make it smaller like this and use your core and not go as fast. And remember, you have 20 of these, and then you go into your star jump. So if you're already done, you're into your star jumps. 4, I've got 3 more. I don't know where you're at, but I have 2 more now. And now that was my last one. So I'm going to take it into star jumps. Time check, you're at 1 minute and 25 seconds. All right, nice and powerful. You gather, big jump. You try to go from one right into the other, but if you need to take a moment and rest and then go again, that's okay. So you can take the moment to rest, or you can go one right into the other. And you're doing 10. Modification, you can reach out or just do an explosion up. Great, and I'm on 10. Woo! And then I'm back. I'm back into the crisscross for 30. You've got 1 minute left. You're doing great. If this is hurting your knees, you're doing the modification I showed you. Step, touch, step, touch. Your arms are still out. If you have any pain in your neck, arms are down. All those things, you can still work out hard. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. What are you at? You're at 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Go to the end. Wherever you're at, just go to the end. Whew. Notice how much I exhale. Exhale that much too. Exhaling on the exertion, that's when you're lifting the hips with your core. Keep it going, whatever you're doing. You've got 5 seconds right here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoo! And you can rest. Let's rest on the ground. If you need to grab water, now's a great time to grab it. I'm going to give you a few stretches. Bridge pose. Pelvis is up to the ceiling. Open up the back. Little squeeze in the glutes helps the lower back. Move the thighs away. Activating your thighs helps the lower back. Engaging the core. And lower it down. Arms out in the goalpost. So goalpost looks like this. I'm going to do it sitting up, but you can do it laying down. You can also do it. Goalpost looks like this. Your arms might not touch the floor. That's okay. You're going to rotate as much as they can, forward and back. Forward and back. So if you're on the floor, forward, well, my equipment here and my potato. Forward and back. Forward and back. Forward, back. Just a few times, you're just stretching out your pecs. You're stretching out your back. You're stretching out your shoulders. Nice. Grab some water. We're going to do it again. Okay, so we start with the supine reverse crunch. That's on the ground. Supine is facing up on your back. So we start with that. That's 20. Then we go to the 10 star jumps. Then we go to the 30 crisscross. So just like we did last time, we're starting with the 20. All right, so it's one more time of 3 more minutes. So go on and lay down, get ready, get started. I'll give you 5 seconds. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Hands behind the head and you're lifting. Knees come towards elbows and back down. Big exhale. And you're doing 20 of these. Just going to do it. You got it by now. I'm on 10. If you're ahead of me, go to star jumps. Really squeeze your lower abs. That's below the belly button. Maybe you might squeeze the Kegel. That's okay. So right there at the lower abs. And I'm at 20, so I'm going to stand it up, get up the best way you can, and you're into the star jumps. You've got 10 star jumps, nice and strong. You can do it. Try to get over here, you can really see it. Make a star, gather, and explode. Modification is to step out each time. Woo! And right after your 10 star jumps, you go back into the crisscrosses for 30. Strong arms. More. Woo! Nice. And we're back to where we started on this one. So your time check, you're at 1 minute and 40 seconds. You can do this. Take some breaths. Try not to rest. Go right into it. Really, really big exhales. And I pull my navel down. Nice and strong, and I scoop up my core. That's the action of my stomach as I'm coming up. Again, if you need to modify, you're doing it one leg then the other. You're doing it that way. You're doing awesome. This is the hard one. Try to really use your core, even if you're going slow. And if you're done with this, you're on the 10 star jumps. Or you start all over. You might be in a different place than me. That's okay. Really big exhales. Those are hard. Here's your time check. You're at 2 minutes and 40 seconds. 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Maybe if you're with me, you can fit in these 10. You've got 5 seconds all the way to the end. You can do it. Woo! Awesome. And you are done. So grab some water again. Woo! Good job. Good job. All right. Let's stretch your calves. One foot's in front of the other. One foot bends. Elbows on the ground. Back leg straight. Deep breath. Other side. Deep breath. Whew, nice. You're going to open up your legs nice and wide. Turn your toes out and take a stretch here, side. So what I'm doing is I'm pushing a little bit into my thigh, but I'm really more pushing it away. So I'm not pushing it back. I'm just feeling it go away. It goes towards my toe, and I take this twist. Little twist in. And then I do it the other side. Little twist in. Great. Awesome. We're going to take it to the ground. We're going to do a little bit more toning, and again, this is where you're going to use your weight or your potato or anything that you found, and it's because you want to hold it. So you want to be able to hold it in your hand. So this is a great time when you can use a can. It won't slide. So if you have a can. And you're going to lay yourself down. Now, I like to put something under my head. So you could put a pillow or you could put a ball if you have one of these balls under your head. So I'm going to show you the ball. If you have a yoga block, you could also do that. So you're laying down like this, and you have your can or you have your weight and your elbows in. These are called external rotators. And you're lifting up the arm, but the elbow stays glued to the side. So look, see my elbow. It doesn't lift up. It doesn't move backwards. It doesn't move forward. It's just resting. So if you were to see me in a standing position, it would look like this, and I would just open and close. So you can see it here, open and close. And you can do this standing, but it gives the neck a little bit more of a release if you do it on the ground. And your shoulder is not moving up or down, back or forward. You're rotating it. So what's happening is from kind of here down, there's the rotator cuff's working and it's opening, rotating. So that doesn't mean that the shoulder goes back. That shoulder stays right here. Just think about rotating it out and in. And this is one of those ones where you want to go until you feel a burn. So sometimes it's a different amount. I usually do 20, so if you can stick with 20 and go with me, please do. If it starts to hurt your neck with a weight, do 20 without the weight, or do some with a weight and then some without. So let's go. 20. 19. Sometimes I put my hand here, make sure that 18. So your range might be different than mine. It might be smaller. Sometimes people's range is just right here. That's as far as they can go up without moving. Sometimes their range is a little bit bigger than mine. I can't really show bigger, else I won't do the right form. You're just keeping the bend in the elbow. If you start to feel it in your forearm, that's okay because you're holding the weight. That's pretty normal. You want to feel it forearm and also in your rotator cuff. Rotator cuff is back here, so you want to feel the side back of the arm, kind of the place that's facing up or back diagonal. You don't want to feel it too much in your neck. If you're starting to feel it in your neck, again, no weight. And your palm is flat if you're doing no weight. That was showed here. So you're doing 20. Got 3, 2, and 1. Great. Just shake it out. Take a moment. Just shake it out. Stay on this side, though, because we have one more. I just like to do little circles. Grab your weight, so whatever weight you're using, and the leg and the arm is straight out. So see how it's straight out here? You're going to lift it up, and you lift it down. Now you're lifting it as high up as you can that your shoulder doesn't go up. So maybe you're not going as high as me. Maybe you're just lifting a tiny bit up and down. Or maybe you want to lift all the way up and down, that's fine. But if you feel like your shoulder creeps up to your ear, that would mean if it comes here, then you don't want to lift too high. So we have 20, let's go. 20, 19, 18, doing awesome. 17, 16, 15. Again, no weight, your palm is flat. You're still down. 12, 10, you've got the potato. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. So just shake it out again. Little shake. You want to also feel it here in your arm. So this area here is what we're working. We're toning. And we're going to flip and take it to the other side. Nice. So let's flip it around. And take it here. Use your weight. Use your can. Use whatever you've got. Pull it in. And you've got 20 here. Abs are engaged. So you have up and down for 20. 19. These are really good to do. 18. For all of us, because we're on our computers and screens, and this is externally rotating, and we're often internally rotating. So you're doing 20 here. Keep it up. 6, maybe you have to drop the weight. I do sometimes. 5, 4, that's what I'm on. Maybe you've already done 20, that's okay. 2, keep the elbow by the side. And 1, shake it out. Woo! And we're going to lifting right here, straight up and down. Here we go. Up and down. 1, and 2, and 3. Sometimes I put my hand here to make sure my shoulder's not going up. 4, 5. Ooh, my beans are getting a little shaken. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Keep it up. 11, 12. Lift it up. 13, 14. You're doing great. 15, 16. Almost there. 17, 18, 19, and 20. Awesome. So take a moment and shake it out. Good. Nice work. All right, stand it up. We're going to do an arm stretch, or sit it up, sorry. I meant sit it up. Arm stretch real fast. Whoo. And other side, a little arm stretch. a little bit more arm ab stuff, and then you're going to be done. So this is also a little toning, and these are my bicep push-up pulses that I do a lot. So your hands are out here, you're going to do little tiny pulses. It's just little bends. You can have your knees down below your hips, abs engaged, straight back. Or maybe you can come into a full plank. Practice maybe just doing the full plank, even if you just do 1 or 2. Pull the navel in nice and tight. Bend the elbow just an inch, and you go down and up an inch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Knees can go down if you want. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stretch back and breathe. Deep breath. Big exhales. Child's pose. Dropping your head. Great. So we're just going to do some abdominal stuff, and then we'll take a big stretch and you'll be done. So this is an abdominal I wanted to work with you. It does also work the legs a little bit. It's a side plank, so you might want to roll the mat if you want to go on your forearm, or you could do it on your palm, but it's a little bit easier on the forearm, so that's why I'm showing it on the forearm. Roll your mat for your elbow, and then come all the way to the ground. Remember this clamshell we do, hips are stacked, so this is advanced, what we're about to do, but I wanted to teach it to you. So hips are stacked, and you have one hand over the other hand here. It's going to help you. I give a little push into my palm, or maybe you just have it next to it. I like to do it next. Lift your hips up, relax your shoulders, and lift your hips up. So you're in that forearm plank position that we've done before, and then come back down. So that's step 1. Step 2 is to open your top leg, and as you lift up. So it looks like this, up and down, and that's going to work right here, your glute. Step 3 is to have the feet up the entire time. So I have to move my knees a little bit backwards. Feet up as you go up and down. Step 3 is the hardest because it's going to work the abduction underneath too, and you have to make sure your shoulders relax. If you're doing this on your palm here, you're just lifting up and down, just like this. You can go down. If you're going down, you're just going down a tiny bit and lifting up. Notice when I go down on my palm that my shoulder does not collapse. If my shoulder collapsed, it would look like that. Palm's a lot harder to keep the position. So if you're on your palm, just really watch the position. I suggest forearm because it's a lot easier to keep the shoulder away from the ear. Let's do 10. I'm going to do the most advanced first, but you can do any of the options just so I can give you that, and then you can go down. So you have 10, 9, 8. Shoulders are relaxed. 7, 6, 5. Hips go up and down. 4, see how they go up and down. 3, 2, 1, and you release. And breathe. Great, so we're going to do the other side. I'm going to show the next level down from there. So you have your shoulder, it's underneath your hip. And what we're doing here is I'm going to leave the feet on the ground, and I'm just going to lift the hips up and down. So, and open the legs. So it goes like this. Let's do it together. You can do the feet up if you want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're doing great. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great. And you're done. So that's just a fun way that you can work your abductors, the outside of the leg, your obliques, your arms, a little bit of your shoulder deltoid strength. Let's take a really great stretch today. You did a really good job. Let's start with your feet nice and wide. I'm going to move my amazing collection of exercise tools a little bit over. Take your feet nice and wide and walk your hands into the center, but again work on that sit bone staying on the ground. So sit bone stay on the ground and you walk over. Think about lengthening your spine. Breathe. Sit bone stay on the ground. That's so important. That's right here. So if they weren't on the ground, you'd be kind of rocking forward. So make sure you're on them. Sometimes I even get a little pressure into my palms to make sure that I'm staying back on them. Deep breath. Go on and walk it back up. Bend one knee in, just one knee. And we're going to take a side stretch. So you're going towards the straight arm. Your palm is up. Push your forearm into the shin and open up to the side. Maybe you can take your hand to your hip and help that shoulder open. So the shoulder opens a little bit. Again, feel both your sit bones on the ground and let your head be in a neutral position. You want to work this side stretch here. Maybe the arm reaches over the head, that's okay. Makes it a little bit more intense. Two more breaths. And take it back up. We'll switch sides. Arm over the head. Deep breath. Or maybe hand is here, and you're just working the shoulder open. Slowly draw it to come all the way back up. Come to your stomach. So when you come to your stomach, it's also called prone. Prone is on your stomach. Supine is come on your back. I've been slowly putting those words in there. So this would be called prone position. Stretch your hamstring, your quad, by pulling the heel to the butt, head is down. Push your hip bone into the ground. Other side. And come into the tabletop, all fours. So that's like this. And then rounding your pelvis. So that's taking your tailbone down. And then releasing the round. That's going to be for the back. Rounding your pelvis. And releasing, taking it into a little arch. One more time. Round the pelvis. And release. And you can shake it out if that feels good. Okay. And we're just going to sit back. Last thing we're going to do is stretch your toes. We don't do that often, but it's actually really good. You can do it without shoes on too. It's a little bit more intense. Just take a moment, close your eyes, and breathe. Whew. And you're done. Nice work.